Hey guys, it's Othania here with Create Your Future. So today I'm going to talk about you have to conform before SP. SP is not going to come in and show you a different version of them until you show up in your world as a trusting, genuine version of yourself. Before I get into the video, know that Create Your Future is giving out a free course. If you're interested in that, definitely check out the link in the description box below. Also, if you're interested in coaching, I have that available as well in the description box below. There's also a link for that. So you have to conform before your SP. A lot of you are making the mistake of continuously needing to search for evidence in the 3D to validate that you are conforming. Now, the more that you do that, the more it's giving of the signal of I'm not trusting. I'm not trusting. I'm not trusting. You have to become the version that you want to be with your person. That is how you quantum leap, once you conform within. Because when you're with your person and you're happy with your person, and when you're in a relationship with your person, you're not doing things that you need to do to try to get them because you have them. So the way to bypass all of that, anxiety and aggravation, the quickest way to do that is to start telling yourself, you know what? My desire to conform is stronger than me wanting to change this person now, because now I'm understanding and I'm seeing that they can't change anyway without me changing first. So me trying to call them constantly to get their attention, to get them to understand my emotions and how I'm feeling, and get them to change. And maybe if I say this one last thing that'll make them feel bad, maybe it'll finally kick in, and then maybe they'll start changing and understanding how I feel, and then I'll be happy, and then my relationship is good. And then you're gonna keep needing that hit of validation from that person. So yes, you can affirm for your person and get that change from them, and they'll come in. But if you haven't completely conformed and changed within, they're gonna go right back out, and then you're gonna keep going in this back and forth cycle until you finally get it. And to finally get it is to know that you have to conform first before your person. That is a lot of the secret ingredient that is missing most of the time, because you can do all the techniques in the world to get the change to happen. You could do all the techniques in the world. But if you do the techniques and then you'll feel good for about a day or two, and then you're like, okay, my God, they didn't call me back, they didn't text me. And then you start now changing to a version of yourself that's getting into more the fearful frequency and fearful mode. Now you conform to a self that isn't trusting and isn't being faithful in the process, or faithful in yourself. So now, to reflect that, your person had to conform and show you what was going on within. Looking for your person to change first is an indication that you haven't changed yet. So the bottom line is, stop looking for change in your person, because when you change, they're automatically going to come to you, and you're automatically going to see the change. Especially the more that you stay on track with your thinking and how you want things to be. You have to stay on track with your self-concept at all times. The mistake that a lot of you guys make is saying affirmations 8 times, 9 times out of 10 for your person instead of focusing on the new version of you. You get so caught up in wanting to change them, and then you forget also the more that you are becoming so adamant on getting a change from them, you're also emitting a frequency at the same time. Your subconscious isn't going to say, okay, you're sad right now, so I'm not going to manifest this because you're sad. It doesn't do that. It just says, okay, this is what this person is constantly thinking. Let's push this through and make it happen. Your subconscious and your world knows when you have genuinely conformed to a version of you that isn't being phony. And I say that to say you're affirming that you're chosen, you're lovable, and you're the one, and then you're like, yeah, I'm affirming and I'm chosen, I'm the one, I'm doing everything right, I'm affirming, so why am I not seeing the results? The version of you that has conformed, that is trusting, would not be able to verbalize that, because you'll be in a state that wouldn't have those thoughts to verbalize to begin with. You'll be in a state of trusting and living your life so much that you don't even care to notice what's going on with your SP. And that'll also be the same feeling when you're in a relationship with them, right? Most likely, because if you're in a relationship, you're happy with them and everything is going well, you're not going to be a version of you that's making fake pages, checking their social media, getting other people to check their pages and doing things like that. You're not going to do that, because you'll be in a state where that can't even be a thought for you to take action from. You understand what I'm saying? So let's make sure that your desire to not need your desires and be okay without them is stronger than you feeling like you need them to be okay. When you get that and you settle in that, that is the secret ingredient for the recipe to really get everything going. Because you can affirm all day, you can say your techniques all day, but if you haven't changed genuinely, you'll get what you're affirming for, and then the same cycles will repeat. You know what I'm saying? So say like with money, for example, you'll get the money in, but then something will happen if you're not conformed to the version of yourself that trusts that they're rich and that they're truly abundant. Something's going to happen where you're going to have to lose that money, and life is going to have to reflect what was going on within, because you were being a version of yourself that felt like they couldn't hold on to money, or something had to happen for your world to be like, yep, okay, let's reflect that, take the money, and the money goes away some way, somehow, because you haven't conformed to the version of you that truly knows that they're rich and abundant. So something had to happen to show you that you're not, because that's what you had going on within instead of focusing on your abundance. So you have to conform first, always. And that's not to say, you know, you're not always manifesting, and, you know, if you're not feeling, you know, bad sometimes, that you're not manifesting. There's times where I felt bad and I manifested, but you can guarantee that I didn't keep my manifestation, because you can't keep the things that you desire on a frequency of fear. It doesn't make sense. You got to be the version of yourself that your self-concept and your self-love is stronger than the need of needing someone else to validate you. You have to conform first. You have to be the version of yourself that wakes up every morning and is happy. Not the version of yourself that wakes up every morning and is feeling down because someone didn't reach out to you, or someone is not giving the relationship that you want right now at this time. You got to bring yourself from A to B. And you do that by understanding that your desire to change self has to be stronger than your desire to want that person. When you do that, you know, it definitely should be magic. So make sure that you understand you have to conform first. You have to come from a loving place within first. You have to understand that, listen, with or without this person, I'm okay. And I'm always going to be okay. Because you know how many people in my own experience that I've dated that I felt like they were my end all be all and I needed them. And then once I like conformed to a better version of myself and shifted mentally, I realized that, oh my God, I don't know if I really like them the way I thought I liked them. And I don't want to be with them no more. So it's like, make sure that you always focus on you more than your focus on the need of the relationship. Make sure you always focus on getting your work done and what you have to do before you want to focus on having the relationship, because you have to fulfill self first. You have to fulfill self first. Get what you need to get done. Fulfill your little goals in the day that you need to get done before you feel like you need to see if this person's going to answer your text messages or they're going to return your call first. Take care of your own goals first. Conform to being full of yourself, and not in an egotistical way, but in a way where you're here to take care of your goals and what you got to do, and everything after that is going to come to you naturally, because you are the version of yourself that isn't grasping for attention from others to feel validated. That's the old version of you. That's the version of you that's got you here to these videos to understand what you're doing wrong, to take you to the new version of you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you have to conform first. That is the secret weapon. You got to conform first. You got to make sure that your life is happy without what you think you need, and you'll have it. The version of you that comes from a place feeling like they have to beg someone for their attention, or feeling like they have to put themselves through all these techniques that make them feel so anxious to do something where it feels like work, and do that. Take a break, relax, and understand that you have to change yourself first, and then everything changes automatically. And that cuts out the BS, or that BS in the middle, because you're getting straight to the point instead of feeling like you need someone else, which is always going to put you 10 steps back, you know? So yeah, I intend that you guys got a full understanding of the secret ingredient and for your manifestations. Never ever think that something is going to conform first and then you're going to get that validation to feel good. It's never going to be that. What it is going to be is you feeling good about yourself, magnetic. You feeling wonderful in your mind, your mental, your mentality. You're dominantly more positive about yourself. You have conformed to a new version of yourself that understands that in order for me to have my desires, I must be conformed to the version of myself where the self-concept is top tier without the need of this person. And then you will see that that person, other people, other things, opportunities will come rushing at you because you're different now. Now you're attracting on a different frequency. So I intend that you got a full understanding of this video, and I intend that you get everything that you want with ease. And I intend that you'll be the next success story. So if you have any suggestions, definitely drop them down in the comment box if you feel like you would have any suggestions of what you would want me to make the next video about. But yeah, I intend that that was easy for you to understand and you get everything you want. So until next time. All right, guys.